Rocky, and I am the Pet Health Guru. We host a radio show every week on internet radio. It's been on for 10 years, heard worldwide by thousands and thousands of people. We focus on natural cures and natural solutions to health problems, health-related problems for our pets and for people too, because we're all animals. The key to good, optimal health is to control what we put into our body, both through our nutrition, air, water, drugs, medications. All of these have a toll on what goes on in our bodies. Now, we're here at a rescue event, and we've got many challenged animals here, which need to be brought into good homes and taken care of properly. The key that you have most control over is the nutrition. Good food starts with real food. Real food is what is a species-appropriate diet. We're looking at our dogs and cats are carnivores. They need meat, animal fats, proteins. That's what they're designed to digest. If they're not digesting that, they're not going to be in optimal health. Most dry foods, canned foods that are on the market today are all carbohydrate-based. Problem with that is they don't have the enzymes to digest it properly. Also, the way they're made, with the high cooking times and pressures, temperatures, we have a problem with them destroying all the natural nutrients that are in the foods. So what we look at is trying to get the species-appropriate diet in the most natural form. Raw diets are always the best. Home cooked would be the second best. There's a lot of new foods out there that are claiming to be raw. They're claiming to be freeze-dried raws, things of that nature. Every process breaks down the nutrition. Now, if we start combining good diet with micronutrients and micro-cleansing, it changes the whole ball game. Now, where in nature would wolves and tigers get these micronutrients? Drinking out of puddles and ponds, which are loaded with probiotics, but also if it's sitting in, for instance, chamomile, they're drinking chamomile tea. That's where they're getting some of these subnutrients. Now, in the last year or so, we've actually made some rather startling discoveries. We brought into our herbal line, which is the BioComplete line of natural herbs and diets, a product called Hemp Oil CBD. And we've been on the forefront of leading the education of this product and how it's properly used and what it can do for your pet. Again, we've got lots of different rescues here. Rescue animals, of course, are, they're discarded in the first place. And they suffer from a wide variety of problems, anxiety, stress, and of course nutritional deficiencies. What we found with hemp oil, CBD oil, now that's not the same as the THC that some of you may be familiar with. It does not have a psychotropic effect. What it really does is turns on receptors throughout the whole body in a hierarchy where the worst areas in that body get flooded with nutrition, enzymes, hormones, vitamins, minerals, the right types of blood cells, stem cells, to start the healing process. When we look at it, and we really need to be over at the BioComplete booth, that will be able to explain it in a lot more detail, but strength is not where the benefit is. We use a lot lower strength and use it more often to turn on different receptors throughout the day. We've seen things like cancer, diabetes, stress and anxiety, heart conditions all go away in both people and in pets. However, one of the keys to that is the fact that we combine it with various herbs and micronutrients. So what we're doing is when we flood that area, we want to have the right nutrients in the body so that the body can utilize it very well. And I mean, we've actually had successes with people with fibromyalgia. that started on a formula that we have just for pain and inflammation, combining it with the CBD oil on a regular basis, and in 4 days off all medications. And she happened to be on 8 different medications, 3 different narcotics, and still couldn't get out of bed a lot of days. I mean, we've got great testimonials over at the booth we have. We're also affiliated with Lone Pine Rescue over there. We're always looking for, help with the rescues as well. And oh yes, of course, one of the other things that we do is those species appropriate diets. We actually process our own USDA inspected and approved for human consumption meat diets. Dogs and cats, that's what they eat, meat. And we process it some 60, 70 different recipes so the animals always enjoy that continuous rotation. Something different every day, because every food brings different nutrients to the table. That's important to them. We see labels on commercial foods that say complete and balanced, but I also always question them, and I question the FDA, is how can it be complete and balanced for everything? The body is dynamic. It's always changing. So if it's always changing, what are we balancing it for? An active animal? A sedate animal? Healthy? Or, challenged? Even, when you stop and think about it, ourselves, we use different energies when we're doing different things. When you're sitting in front of a computer, you're using, hopefully, your brain, your eyes, and your fingers. When you're out doing the yard work, you're using your muscles. And your body needs different nutrients because of it. That's why our body craves different things at different times. And our animals are basically the same. That's why when, people that feed dry fruit, for instance, you drop a piece of hamburger on the floor, and they go nuts. They dive on it because they're actually meat deprived. Because there's less than 8% real meat in most of the diets on the market today. So, bearing that in mind, if we want good, healthy animals coming out of this adoption fair, take a look at what you need to really be feeding. Take a look at the natural alternatives that are available for things like heartworm, parasite control, flea control. They're all available. Mother Nature actually gave us the system that we need. It's imperative that we do our best. In my lifetime, I've been in the industry for almost 50 years. I have seen the lifespan of our pets go from, on dogs, 20 years to 30 years, down to less than 10. What's the underlying change? Diet. That's the one thing that we can absolutely control. So, when we start combining the synergies of different foods and different herbs and different botanicals and the power of CBD oil, it's a game changer. We're all in it for health. We're not looking for medicine. We're not looking for chemicals. We need the most natural products that we can get. That being said, the counselors over at Fiesta Pet Deli, at BioComplete, can all give you a personal consultation if you need it. We can help put you on the right track. We can explain how things work. I'll be over at those booths later on. I'll be also walking around the show, so if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them at those times. Again, we're looking for optimal health. I don't want an animal that lays around doing nothing all day because they don't feel good. I don't need achy joints. I don't need pain and inflammation in these animals. We can actually solve these problems by using the body itself. The body is designed to heal itself. All we can do is give it the right tools. That's the most important thing. Give it the right tools. Medicines don't cure anything. All they do is cover up symptoms. And whereas if we're feeding the body properly and watching what chemicals we're putting into them, things like preventive drugs, different antibiotics, all that. Every time we use that stuff, it takes down the immune system. That's why we see so much autoimmune disease and so many kidney failure animals and liver failure animals, seizures. Over vaccinations, another area that we really want to take a look at. Do they really need it? There's a lot of controversy going on now in the whole veterinary industry because they are over-vaccinating and actually causing many more problems than they're eradicating. Things like even heartworm. Everybody's afraid of heartworm down here in South Florida, but the truth of the matter is wild canines in Florida, coyotes and wolves and things of that nature, only show positive 3% of the time. In Palm Beach County, for instance, where everybody gives all these heartworm preventions, the rate is over 7% because when you lower the immune system, the body can no longer fight it itself. And there are natural alternatives to all these things. So, again, you know, we're here to answer questions, we're here to educate, and, you know, we do the best job we can. Stop by our booth. Oh, yes. And Fiesta Patelli is doing something really, really super too for any of the animals that are adopted here at the event. They will be giving away a free week's worth of natural diets with any dog or cat that's adopted out. And there are some restrictions on it, but we'll go through it with you. Our goal is to get everybody's dogs, cats that are leaving here to have the optimal diets and the optimal health that they can. Okay, I want to thank you for listening. If you have more questions, we're here all day long. Thank you.